Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Another special issue. Every issue is special, but this one's even more special. And you'll find out why in a second. It's Hops Geek News, a podcast where we talk about comic books, movies, TV shows, beer, sports once in a while, but most importantly, beer, comic books, movies, and TV shows. If you found us, excellent.
Woohoo!
Welcome to the
Woo.
jungle, baby. If you
Welcome to the
somehow
jungle.
stumbled into this party, then just know that you can search Hops News on all your favorite podcasting platforms, and that's where we will be every weekly, each week. We are
This is
releasing new
good.
episodes. Today, we are talking Loki, the God of Mischief.
Yes.
Not the Norse mythology, though. We're talking the MCU's Loki.
We're doing both, actually.
Fucking
We are
Though Norse
a little
mythology.
bit. And
A
so
little bit.
I'm Mash. I've already introduced myself, but with me is Lauren and also Tim, aka Showtime, the money. You might have seen him from our WrestleMania episode, but he is back in the dungeon. We're talking some stuff today, and I'm excited to have you back. Let me go ahead and let's throw this to Lauren real quick. Lauren, how you doing? What are you drinking? Hit us with the good vibes.
I'm doing good. I'm drinking the same thing you're drinking. We got this down in GB's bottle shop in Orlando when you were here, and it is called
Ooh.
Brain Boy and the Thumb. We are definitely gonna. I don't know why he's giggling.
Why is he
We're
giggling?
I
definitely.
just have to say real quick. So we did talk about drinking the same beer.
Oh.
We're not drinking the same beer.
What had happened was I forgot.
What happened
And
was.
so I grabbed the wrong beer. So we're not drinking the same.
I was like, why is he giggling so much? I can't imagine he'd be giggling at a hockey game.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Well, I am drinking this very in theme beer for tonight called Brain Boy and the Thumb. This one needs to end up on YouTube, so we need to make that one happen. So
Awesome.
it's Pinky and the Brain, and I chose this one because one, it's Tripping Animals, and all their beers are fucking amazing. It is a double New England IPA at 8.5% with Mandarina, Bavaria, Citra, and Azaka hops.
Ooh.
But I compared it to Pinky and the Brain are kind of like Thor and Loki. Like, what are we gonna do today, Loki? Try to take over the world.
world.
Oh, all right, Loki. But then at the, Thor's not
Jay
completely-
Bright. Jay Bright. I think that's a great idea.
right. He just loves his brother and wants to hang out with him, but he's a sweetheart. But Loki, Loki's not the best, but he's not the worst, and he's very smart. And that's what
He
I
is.
got. So that's what I'm drinking, and I got it in my glass to mouth glass with Thor or Fat Thor and Rocket.
That's awesome.
I failed us. Tim, what are you drinking?
Uh,
What's up?
I bought a 6-pack yesterday at Publix since I was doing the show, and I got some Cigar City Brewing Lager, Tampa style lager, and I love the write up for it. It says inspired by traditional German lagers, our Tampa style lager is brewed with German malted barley, Hallertauer hops, and an authentic Bavarian lager yeast. Familiar to generations, it's truly a beer that's made for drinking. I thought that was
Can't
a very
go
nice
wrong
write-up.
with a German
No.
lager, nor can you go wrong with Cigar City Brewing. Honestly,
Right,
No.
which I've partied with Lauren at a couple of times when she's been in Tampa. So
It's true.
I try and keep it local as well and keep it related. So
Keeps it hunted.
it's really good though. I'm enjoying it.
So, what are you drinking, Mash? Since you are
Well,
not drinking the beer we had
Uh,
intended to drink together,
yeah.
You
so
son of a
we-
bitch.
We had
You
just
giggling
recorded
son of a bitch.
Hops News.
Giggling
And
in his onesie.
no, I'm only in the sweater. It's not a onesie. It's a two.
Oh. We
Yeah, I'm
can't
in
see
the
if he's wearing
sweater.
pants. That's our
That's
wrong
the
assumption.
mystery. Am I in
Nobody wears pants on a
I
podcast.
don't know.
Why bother?
Pants. Why am I wearing pants? You can't see me.
You can't see him.
I am drinking Gimme That Vibe from Killsborough Brewing Company. It's from Staten Island, New York. It's a
Hey.
creamsicle
Do
dessert.
you realize I'm from Staten Island, New York, or is that just a happy accident?
Yes.
You didn't know I was from Staten Island.
It's a happy accident.
I was born and raised from Staten Island,
This
New
is-
York. Lived-
This is
yeah.
a Bob Ross moment.
There are
This
no
is.
accidents, Tim.
That's
No
our no. This is a happy
accidents.
accident. Yes.
No
That's-
accidents.
No
That's a really-
coincidences.
That's a crazy
Uh,
coincidence. Sorry to cut you off.
No, yeah, it's a creamsicle dessert sour with mango, blood orange, and milk sugar, 7%. It's a brewed and packaged by Killsborough in collaboration with About
Oh,
Give Me That Vibe. It's a Two Villains Brewing collaboration beer brewed with American two-row, aromatic malt, white wheat, and lactose, conditioned on mango and blood orange. Yes, I meant to drink the same beer as you. However, you didn't remind me, So I'm going to deflect blame to you. And
Didn't remind you.
I had drank
You can't
Obama.
do that. I'm not your wife. You can't deflect it and blame me. That's made for spouses. Is that a Tracy beer?
It is. Tracy sent me this. Thank you, Tracy, for this beer. I'm sorry. I actually put whatever. I forgot to drink it. That's on me. So
thoroughly
I fuck
offended.
up this week.
See what I
is
did there?
I
Thoroughly offended.
I don't miss those.
So what I fucked up on this week, I didn't grab the right beer. Look, it's not often I make it to this section, but when I do, I make sure I own up to my mistakes.
You do it well.
And it just means I get to save that beer for later. So, Lauren, let's roll into it. What did you fuck up?
So my daughter called me out that I was saying NASA instead of NASA. And then when I listened to the episode, I kept, instead of NASA, I was saying Nassau, like the Bahamas.
Or Long Island, the Coliseum, Nassau.
Oh, okay, there you go. So I didn't realize I was doing that. I got called out for calling monsters monsters, and nobody called me out for this.
And she also says brother.
Here we go, brother. No, when you're doing your wrestling thing, though,
she doesn't say brother, it's brother.
It's brother.
Like, I'm gonna go move my boat rudder, but with my brother.
Brother.
I also say flutterby and pumpkins. I think I just watched too much Winnie the Pooh. Okay. This one I didn't fuck up on. I was just confirming Kurt Russell is not married to Goldie Hawn. Jimmy Olsen died at the beginning of Batman vs Superman, not Superman. I knew that, but I said Superman. And the whole Sonya thing from Mortal Kombat, I'm still a little confused. I looked this up because we were trying to figure out her actual origin, and it seems like some of her origin was never actually explained. So she's Johnny Cage's ex-wife, and they had a kid together. But like, she's had a grudge against Kano in the game and the older movies from like the get-go, but they never fully explained what her grudge was. So if they're going to start this whole Mortal Kombat universe, hopefully maybe they do describe that, because I didn't understand where she was coming from, why she was so angry, and why she wanted this curse. So hopefully we get more of that. Anybody who is more versed on that, let us know, because I'm not versed on that. I just did a Google search.
Well,
it's not me, so I can't help with what we fucked up.
I can't help either. All right. So what have we read or watched this week?
All right, folks, what have we read or watched this week? Well, Tim, what have you read or watched this week? We'll start with you.
Me. Well, I don't read anything, so I'm just going to go right ahead to the watch.
Joke's on you, mister. I can't read.
I can't read.
It explains a lot now.
It does. I brought this up last time. I'm still watching Superman and Lois. It just came back last week and last night. There's flashes of brilliance, and then a lot of it is hard to watch. But I'm sticking with it.
There's a character that showed up last night. Isn't there?
Oh, you watched last night? Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched the show at all. I just know about the character.
Well, the character did show up. It was better last night. I think it's the kids that bother me. The kids acting and the way they kind of high school. Yeah, it's like the high school life. It's like, all right, I can't get invested in it, I guess. But I'm still enjoying some of it. I love him as Superman. I love a lot of the action stuff. It's more of the character acting development that I struggle with. But I think it's almost done, because I think it was a short season. Because I pretty much for sweeps in me. And Mash was going to tell you again to watch the A&E biographies that are covering all the wrestlers every Sunday night. I had texted you about the Stone Cold one when it started, and they got the Roddy Piper ones. They have Macho Man, Shawn Michaels. Last week was Ultimate Warrior. This week is Mick Foley. So they've been a great series. They're 2 hours. They're really done well. They got a lot to them. So I've been watching that, usually on Sundays. And then, like we were talking about before we started, NBA and Nhl playoffs are going on, and that takes up a lot of time. So it's kind of hard.
And that hasn't been good for NBA.
No, definitely.
Well, not for the Heat fans, I know.
Or Celtics fans. It's rough out.
Or Celtics fans, yeah.
It is rough.
And I haven't checked the score, and not either for Knicks fans either. So
honestly, we're in the playoffs, so I mean. Last year, I felt like it was a fluke that we got so far. We had years we weren't in the playoffs. Wade's last game was regulation season because we didn't even make it to the playoffs.
That's how Kobe's was too.
Yeah, when he had 60.
I can't say anything about Kobe anymore.
Right. No, you're not allowed to. So yeah, I just been busy with that, and it's kind of hard to keep up on everything else. But that's what happens this time of year when you're staying up late watching playoff games. So.
Staying up late.
So what are you guys all reading and watching?
Lauren, first of all, your hair looks great. You got it done today. Everybody knows.
I just got a haircut and I straightened it.
I noticed that too.
Good,
yes,
immaculate.
It's usually in a bun.
Let's throw it to the wonderful, the delightful, the immaculate, the new hair, who this, new me, Lauren.
What have I read or watched? Well, while I was waiting to get my hair cut, I read an Us Weekly magazine. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my
I did
God,
not.
did you hear that? Ben
No, I
Affleck is
didn't.
off the
I
rails
brought.
again.
I am not completely done with the book, but I stayed up way too late reading this the other day. So this is from Gary Morgenstein that we had on a couple weeks, wrote this book. I am absolutely loving it. I had mentioned last week that I got like a Ready Player One feel, even though it had nothing to do with Ready Player One. And then somebody else had commented on our Instagram about how they really like Ready Player One and Two. And I thought about it, and I feel like it's the main characters. Puppy and Wade, Wade Watts, are very similar in the regard of like they're not natural born leaders. They never intended to be leaders, but they kind of end up being leaders in this like futuristic world that, you know, shit's not the best. But I'm really liking it. Once I finish this, though, I'm going to finish Invincible and then I'm going to read the other book. So that is what I have been reading. It has really just been that book. And then as far as watching, I didn't know there was a new Superman and Lois, so I didn't watch that. I did watch the new
Two of them.
Legends.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Legends is back too. Yeah.
I haven't
Legends
watched
is
Legends.
back. I did watch an episode and a half of Legends. And then Ian showed up and we drank 17 beers and I never finished it. And then I watched Army of the Dead. So
I did too.
I did.
Are we gonna
Right.
do
That's why I was
episode
waiting
on
for your
Army of the
comments on
Dead?
Army of the Dead. Are we what?
I didn't watch it, but I'm curious what you guys thought.
Oh, damn. Okay. I think I kind of want to do. We got to talk Army of the Dead at some point.
We can't do a
So-
whole episode though. I feel like too many people are doing a whole episode, and honestly,
You're
I don't
right,
feel like
you're
there's a whole
right.
episode to do.
Well, okay. First of all, Army of the Dead. I watched it as well, along with the NHL NBA playoffs. Your Boston Bruins are moving on to the next round of the playoffs against the New York Islanders. I got the Bruins in 6 in that series, which means they're going to lose in 5. No.
Yeah,
So
money
that's
on it?
going to be a good series to watch. The Colorado Avalanche moved on. The Lightning are looking like at this moment that they're going to move on. To be determined.
Let me check.
They're
They're
up
up 2-0
2-0.
right now. Yes.
And Celtics at this point are probably eliminated. I have gone to Salt Lake
Yeah.
City as well because I'm going there this Friday. So you'll hear about my adventures
Ooh.
next week. But
Awesome.
no, I watched Army of the Dead. I liked it. So it isn't something that's gonna like give you this deep mystical storyline and meaning behind life and everything. However, I will say that there is a lot of stuff that Zack Snyder put in that I guess maybe they're going to expand on in like a prequel, sequel. Like
I could see
There-
them doing that. Definitely.
there's a time loop introduced. There's aliens
Oh.
at the beginning, like when they're leaving this area in Nevada at the very beginning of the movie. There's like aliens, like spaceships. They just like dart off. Not. I'm sorry, Tim, if I spoil a little bit, so you can close your ears.
You can
and-
spoil the whole thing. It's fine. I'm sure I'll catch it whenever. No
Uh,
worries.
robot zombies. Apparently, that's that.
But did you get the moral of the story?
Yeah, there's a moral.
She's quizzing you.
Roadhead causes
Roadhead.
zombie apocalypse.
Oh yes, the whole moral of the story is keep your eyes
But
on
has-
the road while your girl
Getting roadhead.
While the roadhead is
Yeah,
going.
that man was very much not safe. He was like driving. He was like looking all up. I'm like, my dude, have some awareness. Good lord, sir.
But the other person wasn't paying attention either. But
Also,
they definitely left it open for the potential for more, and not enough was explained. So I
they
could see them
have
doing
talked
that.
about prequel stuff like that. Like there's a time loop. Like when they're in the vault, they see themselves. It's themselves that are dead. And the rumor is that
Oh,
what's his name is maybe the alpha zombie. I don't know if that's the case.
Scott? No, not
No,
Drax.
Vander, the black dude.
Oh, but he had an Omega thing on him.
Yeah, he got
Mm.
bit, and so
Yeah.
maybe it's like time loops around. The German guy was like my favorite dude, and also I don't understand why they didn't just give them. I don't know. It's a heist movie. However, there's a bad guy working for the guy who gets the whole heist thing started off, and the
And what was it? The baby. Oh my God, the fetus.
yeah. So the whole thing is why didn't they just go after the queen's head and make that the storyline? Because Batista's daughter is a waste of space. She gets everybody killed. And,
Oh, and she's just and
she's
yeah,
fucking stupid.
that was
She
ridiculous.
really
And
is
then the
dumb.
people she's saving, like they weren't even chained up.
She goes to find somebody that you know, whose kids she was supposed to watch over, I would have been like, bye,
feel like we should have
bitch.
said
We got like
spoiler
5
alert.
minutes. Yeah, sorry. Obviously,
And
Yeah,
why
it's
are
fine.
they in a quarantine zone when like clearly there's other people
Exactly.
going in and out? I didn't get that either.
Also, like, you're telling me some shipping containers and they call it good with these like mega zombies. Like, what?
Right, they're intelligent enough to climb over a
That's what
freaking
I'm
shipping
saying.
container.
Like, what? And they, I don't know. So there are some problems with the movie, as of course, but I thought it was enjoyable. I would give it like a 3 out of 5 personally.
So
Just go
I
in
always thought
there.
there were fans who were upset about how long it was, even before they started watching
It
it. They
doesn't
couldn't
feel
believe it
like
was
it's that long. It's 2.5
okay.
hours, but it doesn't feel like it's
Yeah.
that long. It's
I feel
pretty
like
good.
2.5 hours is like average nowadays for like a
Mhm.
decent movie.
Oh, it
But
totally.
I think
So,
for like
I
zombie
mean-
movies, I think they thought it'd just be kind of shorter. That was just the
But I
complaint
feel like
from
The
it.
Walking Dead kind of put zombies in a whole new genre where you don't have as low of an. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not a huge zombie person, but
Yeah, I'm not either. So
I feel like they revived zombies, so to speak.
Yeah.
But whatever. I don't know.
I just there's a lot to be explained, I guess. So
Yes,
be on this
I agree.
lookout. I thought it was a good movie. Lots of people maybe disagree. I feel like lots of people just want to hate on Zack Snyder
was all right.
regardless of what he does. So
true. It's a backlash.
that's about all I've read or watched. I wrapped up watching Ghosts, which is a BBC show. I highly recommend that.
Like
And
real ghost or
I
fake
did
ghosts?
read. It's called Ghosts. It's a BBC show. It's a comedy. Very good.
Oh,
Oh,
I
so
will
it's scripted.
say
Yeah.
I started
so
reading
it's
my
definitely real
Mound.
ghosts.
Spooky. I started reading my mound
Ooh.
of comics. I read Alien, Marvel's Alien run. I started the first 2 issues there. Really good. I highly recommend grabbing that series. And obviously Rangers of the Divide, Shadow Man, which we're
Oh, I
gonna-
did read Shadow Man,
did read Shadow
but we'll
Man.
get into that.
We'll get into that.
yeah.
Yes.
You guys are busy. I don't know how you have time to do all this reading.
I don't.
You find time. You don't
find
sleep
time.
much.
I don't. Yeah.
No,
Well,
I need sleep. I will.
I
I will
sleep, I
sometimes
just-
have
I
a
still
book on the
read.
counter, and I will read like a page, and then deal with something,
Yep.
and then read a page, and then deal with something. And
Well, I will say this
it's
past
not the best
weekend-
system, but it works.
This past weekend I was able just to kind of sit there and read, so that was kind of nice. And then so
Cool.
that's what it is.
All right, news. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
What news do we have? Well, there was an
News.
Eternals trailer.
What?
Yes,
or was
there
it a
was.
Stark family
It was
reunion?
great. The Starks are back at it. Angelina Jolie's back at it. And guess what? I literally still know nothing about the Eternals and where this is going.
Which
other
is
than-
awesome because we don't want to know everything. We
Well,
want
it's
some of
great.
the mystery there.
Well,
I
I'm
know.
reading the new run, so I know a little.
A little.
Okay.
Does it explain why they just sat there and let Thanos dust everybody and they were just chilling?
A little bit. I've only read 2 issues. I think I just picked up the third, and I haven't read the third. And I'm reading the new run. I'm not reading the old one. But I did a little research on them back in the day, and like they were part of creating Thanos. I think we talked about that a while ago. And they're really not supposed to interfere. But I mean, I'm
I
not
feel
sure
like
what
if
they'll
he's
do in the movies
destroying
for
the
the
universe,
comics.
you should kind of step in, right?
Well, he didn't destroy it. He just made
Half of it.
half of them not
He was going
exist.
to.
I'm curious, Lauren, did you say Thanos or Thanos? Because I think
I don't know.
because I have a feeling your daughter is going to call you out on that next week. So I'm just
What
trying
am
to
I
be the first
supposed
one.
to say? Thanos. I'm gonna say Thanos.
It's
Thanos. Thanos.
Uncultured swine.
I don't know
I'm
how to
not.
say it
Did you
anymore
call
now,
me an
so-
uncultured swine?
I said it's Thanos, you uncultured swine.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, who we all know as Quicksilver, or we did, is
Ooh.
now playing.
R.I.P.
I know
Kraven.
him as
Kick-Ass.
Hawkeye's shield.
Oof.
You haven't seen that meme where it's like Captain America's shield, Hawkeye's shield.
Okay,
I didn't see that coming.
yeah, but they should have killed Hawkeye in that movie. That still would have been a much better ending.
You
with the
hated
build-up.
Hawkeye from day one.
I still hate
He's
Hawkeye.
useless, but
Yeah. Yes.
He's
No,
a
but it was
douche in the
building good.
comics too, but Old Man Hawkeye is kind of cool. He's blind and can drive.
ooh.
Oh, that sounds safe. As long as he's not getting roadhead at the time, and then he won't start the zombie apocalypse. Or,
Well, I mean, maybe that's why it's the wasteland. I don't know.
or why he's blind.
Maybe that's why he's. No, that's only when you do it by yourself, right? That you go
Sure,
blind.
yeah.
I'm blind. Well,
All right, Aaron
anyways,
Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor
is what?
Johnson is
We're
playing
off track.
Kraven in Sony's Kraven movie that we all asked for. We've been clamoring for this movie for months.
And yet
Craven?
nobody knows what's going on.
You're right. No, nobody's
Isn't that
been
a ride
asking-
at Busch Gardens?
Nobody's
That's
been
cracking.
asking for this
Cracking.
movie Look, nobody has wanted this movie. Nobody's asked for it. Nobody's asked for Morbius. Nobody's asked for Craven. Nobody gives a fuck about Venom. But yet here we are. And
Give
so,
a
yeah,
fuck about Venom.
he's gonna play Craven. So yay, I guess.
Okay,
No.
whatever. Let's move on.
Amazon has acquired MGM for $8.5 billion. So now
That's
Amazon,
huge. Yeah.
It is. Amazon now owns James Bond, Rocky, Legally Blonde, Hobbit, Wizard of Oz, Tomb Raider. So
Oh, Legally Blonde has like 2 movies, and you mix that in like it's a whole universe of its own.
excuse you. Elle
Yeah, but
Woods
Rocky
did not
has
go
like
through-
7, and
Yeah.
Creed's coming out with the 3rd one. So also, if you ever do a Rocky Creed podcast, I'm nominating myself.
Oh, I will just sit in silence.
Well,
I'm diehard when it comes to that.
So Elle
Oh yeah,
Woods-
you were Rocky for Halloween.
I was, yes, that's right. We got those fun pictures. And you were who were you
I
that
was
year?
Phoenix that
You were
year.
Phoenix, that's right.
Oh yay, the
Before
Phoenix.
the
I've never seen
terrible
that
movie.
before.
Ha 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 ha.
I just want you to know.
You'll
though,
never guess who Josh was. He was Magneto.
Cyclops.
No,
Oh.
he was Wolverine. All right, Marvel aims
Okay,
to
but
have...
hold on though. Hold on. No.
Sorry.
Uh-oh,
I,
we're
I,
speeding
I
through.
need you not to trash Elle Woods, okay? She didn't go to
I
law
like Elle
school and
Woods.
break up with her boyfriend just to get trashed by you.
What, like it's hard?
You don't even.
She went to law
practice
school. She loves Elle
anymore.
Woods.
Just kidding. You do.
They actually
Please, I
used,
need a
so
lawyer.
when I was in law school and we took professional responsibility, like the professor showed clips from like Legally Blonde and comes on and some douche in the back is like, oh, the reason every girl here went to law school.
It wasn't me because I had already failed out at that point. So
Yeah, you know, you
I
weren't
haven't
there
even
anymore.
attempted. Anyway,
I wasn't the douche. I wasn't that douche. That
No,
it wasn't me.
you were never the douche. Wait,
yeah.
you had a douchey bag though? Didn't you have a douchey bag?
No, you gave me shit about my
A
backpack.
dirt
'cause
bag. It was a dirt bag.
It was a dirt bag. And one time I got Lauren to yell at me in class. She goes, I didn't call you a dirt bag. Like right in the middle of class. And everybody stopped and freaked out. And it was like,
I don't remember this at all.
My like joke went too far. You were mad because I said you had called me a dirt bag and you kept insisting that you didn't call me a dirt
She
bag. And
fell
then you
for
shouted
it.
I think I called his bag a dirt bag. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Well, you
Sorry.
fell for it, sucker.
It was just funny.
Joke's on me.
Joke's on you. Marvel aims to have Loki impacted the MCU, which we're going to talk about Loki in a few. So we'll talk about maybe how they can do that. J.J. Abrams said that maybe Disney should have had something in mind for the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
J.J. Abrams should mind his own fucking business.
How about fuck J.J. Abrams and fuck off, you fucker? Okay.
So he's like trying to pass blame. Is that like, so it's not his fault? Is that what
I
he's trying to do?
guess he's like, yeah, I guess we should have had a plan. Yeah, you think? Gee, wow, that was
he had his own plan, but he just didn't do the second move. He didn't do, The Last Jedi. So that's what really threw everything off, I feel like, right? I don't know. I can't get started on that.
I feel like Larry has mixed emotions because he hates The Last Jedi.
I hate The Last Jedi, yeah.
Nobody likes The Last Jedi.
It's my favorite one.
It can't
It's not
be.
really. It's not.
I didn't believe you for a split second. I was mad for a split second. I'm like, no, she's fucking with me. Nope, that's not true.
This
all right.
podcast is over. Some fun, uplifting news aside from Lauren's awful news. Howard University is renaming their fine arts after Chadwick Boseman, and it will be funded in part by Disney.
That's awesome.
That's freaking awesome. But
because he went there, right?
Yeah. And it's also like a renowned Black university, which is really cool. So
well, and a bunch of people have gone there. I watched like a documentary or something on him, and
that's how Terrence Howard got his name.
Oh, you mean the first War Machine?
Who? I'm sorry, who?
Exactly.
He wanted too much money and he couldn't come back. Yeah.
Who? I don't know who that is.
Peace out, motherfucker. But yeah, that's awesome.
News. I want everybody to go to Dunkin' Donuts Instagram, and I want you to make sure that you tell them that you want to see me in a commercial because your boy made their Instagram.
That's pretty awesome. I saw that, man. I'm proud of you.
But you didn't comment telling them that you wanted a commercial.
Yeah, you got to tag his personal account.
Tag my personal account, Matthew Tyler, with 2 R's because I'm basic, and let them know. Let them know that the people want to see more of me on their ads.
I'm gonna do it right now.
That's what's up. And that's all I have. Right. What do you have?
I don't really have anything. Hocus Pocus has been announced for fall 2022.
Yay,
And
we've all been clamoring for this one too.
You shut your mouth. I'm excited.
Lauren has. Yeah, Lauren has.
Lego Masters. Have you heard of Lego Masters?
It's a TV show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's coming on Fox on June 1st.
It's a competition where teams build sophisticated Lego stuff.
Oh.
That's what I got. I got a lot for Loki, but I didn't really do much news this week.
That's plenty of news. I
Wow,
think.
that was fast. That's all the news you got? That's crazy.
That's all I got.
Well, here's some news. Main topic time. We're talking Loki brothers. Loki.
Yeah.
He is.
It's really not brothers. When you say it though, it sounds like brothers.
It's not Thanos either. Though.
Brother.
Thanos. It's Thanos.
Excuse me.
Thanos.
It's Thanos. He didn't.
How dare you speak
half
to the god
universe.
or to the son of Odin like such peasants?
I like this drink. I'll have another.
I think we have to do a commentary episode at some point where we just drink and do the shared feature on Disney Plus, and
yes,
it'll be fun.
Ooh.
Oh, if we do it to Thor though, Tim and I won't shut the fuck up.
Oh yes, that's the perfect one.
I had that mentioned later where like Josh basically just wanted us to separate and go home because he didn't want to deal with us.
We should do the MCU.
But we had to separate when we saw Thor.
Why don't we do the MCU and just like spread them out over like a year or something? But
all the movies?
We could start with the MCU in order.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
We should do that. Start with
Iron Man 1. And
right.
we would start with like fuck you, Terrence Howard.
First
we like Don Cheadle more anyways.
Don Cheadle is the greatest war machine of our generation.
Howard,
fuck you. Hustle and Flow sucked. Anyway,
take that
as you will. So we're gonna be doing that.
Can be like the one dude and the two aliens or robots? I always forget that's called Science Movie Theater.
Mystery Science 3000.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
There it is.
Jesus.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to be doing commentary.
Yes, Thor.
Marvel Universe. We're talking Loki today, though. So Loki is going to be coming out June 9th on Disney Plus. This is 2012 Loki. So if you've watched Avengers Endgame, you saw that he escaped with the Tesseract when they went back in time to take it. And now he vanished. And guess what? This is the Disney Plus series. So Marvel Legends is going to catch you up on it, just like they did for WandaVision and Falcon the Winter Soldier.
When is that coming out? Because I love those Legends so much. I've been waiting for the Loki.
It's going to come out probably this
Should
Friday?
come out it should already be out by the time this episode
It should be out by the
airs,
time this episode airs, yes.
They're airing them right before the shows come out.
Yeah, but I love how they're cut. They're just so good to try and recap all the movies, in such a short amount of time. But yeah, I've been waiting for the Loki one, but I didn't see it.
Go check your local Disney Plus starting Friday.
Your local Disney.
My local Disney Plus.
But today
we're the one in the States.
Yes. We're going to be talking about the comic book origin a little bit with a little bit of Norse mythology and then maybe some theories that are definitely not going to happen, Ralph Boner.
I do want to say real quick, if you are not a fan of Hop Heroes, you should be. Hop Heroes is a podcast that we met over a year ago. Well, actually, I guess it's been exactly a year ago.
My homies love Hop Heroes.
So they actually had, if you've seen a trailer, the guy that Loki's in the room with, where he's like, please sign this, that this is everything you've ever said. And Loki makes a comment and then he prints another page and he hands it to him to sign that too. So they actually interviewed that dude. And in listening to it, I'm sure nobody gives a shit and it's really not relevant, but it's fun to say. He mentioned that he went to school in South Florida and his high school had a radio station. I went to school in South Florida and my high school had a radio station and I'm pretty sure we're the only ones. So I'm fairly certain this dude went to my high school. Which is not relevant at all. But I thought it was cool.
Deal.
Well, so if you're listening and you went to high school with me, I should make sure what?
You should make sure that it's accurate. So otherwise it's something you fucked up on for next time. So
that is probably true. I commented on Twitter and tagged Hop Heroes and then the guy liked the comment or something. So I think it must be accurate. Marilyn Manson already went to way before I went there, but he went to the radio program there.
Wow. Small world.
I don't know how small it is though, because I've never met him or seen him or have any relation to him other than have walked through the same hallway 10, 15, 20 years apart.
That's crazy. Oh my heavens. Well,
I know, right?
Let's get started.
But yeah, check out Hop Heroes.
Some background. So Loki was actually written by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber.
Who are brothers.
They are
because
brothers.
Stan's name is actually Stanley Lieber.
Very
Yes,
cool.
they are brothers. And then he was later reimagined by Jack Kirby. And he first appeared in Venus issue 6, August of 1949. But modern day Loki that we all know and love showed up first in Journey into Mystery, number 85, October of 1962. He's originally a frost giant, and he's got enhanced strength and stamina. He has genius level intelligence, has extensive training into magic.
He's like the brain.
He is. He's wicked smackhead.
Yes.
Possesses the ability to manipulate magical forces for a variety of purposes: energy protection, creation of force fields, temporarily increasing his own physical capabilities. He's got superhuman abilities to living beings, or he can grant them to living beings or inanimate objects. Flight, hypnosis, illusion. He can astral project. He can do all sorts of cool shit. He's imbued himself with magical abilities that enable him to withstand injuries.
It's like, what can he do? It'd be faster to
Yeah.
list that, I feel like.
Honestly, I feel like comic book Loki's a badass. I mean, he's all over the place. And he's been shown to be immune to the controller's control disc and the mental influence of the voice. And also he couldn't have his powers sapped by Rogue. So Loki's pretty powerful.
Ooh.
We haven't seen that yet. I mean, we've kind of got a glimpse of it in the MCU, but comic book Loki is pretty crazy. They actually yeah, I'd like to see this.
Well, I'm just saying, I'd like to see Rogue in the MCU. What were you gonna say? They actually.
I was going to say they were trying to get a Loki live action version off the ground a lot early 2000s, but then they kind of scrapped it. And then Guillermo del Toro was originally going to make Thor, but then he turned it down to direct The Hobbit. And originally Josh Hartnett and Jim Carrey were eyed for the role, but ultimately, of course, Tom Hiddleston. And they wanted him to be lean and cut because they didn't want him to be bulky like Thor and superimposing against Thor. So that's why Tom Hiddleston's pretty lean, cut, looking good. And actually, Tom Hiddleston tried out for the role of Thor initially. Fun fact, and he ended up as Loki. So that's pretty cool.
I heard once he saw them pouring another unflavored chicken down Chris Hemsworth's throat, he was happy he was not Thor.
Yikes.
Can you blame him?
No. But I'm going to do a little Norse mythology because obviously Loki is not a creation of Marvel. And you do see, we got Hercules, we got Loki, Odin. I'm sure there's a bunch of other gods that we do see. So just a quick what they pulled Loki from and how they created him. So while we know him as the god of mischief, he is also actually the god of fire. Similar to his movie counterpart, he is something of a friend and sometimes a foe of the gods. However, he always sides with what will benefit him most. So that's very consistent with the comics.
Yeah.
Due to his trickster talents, he can change form, including his sex. In fact, in Norse mythology, he is a dad and he is a mom.
And he's actually a daddy.
Okay. And then there's
you waited for the reaction on that one.
I know. Pause for reaction. So Hel is the goddess of death. That was actually Loki's daughter, which is better known as Hela in the movie Ragnarok. No relation to Odin. However, there are many stories of Loki interacting with Thor and Odin. So in Norse mythology, he is not an adopted son or an adopted brother or anything like that. Loki once killed a beloved god. As punishment, they took one of his son's intestines and tied him up while the cobra continually dripped venom on him.
Wow.
And when he yelled and cringed, the Norse believed, that's where earthquakes come from. It's Loki cringing from the venom being poured on him.
It's as good as reason as any, right?
I mean, I don't know where else earthquakes could come from. It's definitely not plate tectonics or whatever. It's probably
you thought you had that too. You're like, oh, I know exactly where it comes from. Tectonics, never mind.
The plates, they smush.
Oh my God, didn't Dads on Dayquil did a really good plate tectonic joke recently, and I can't remember what it was. Well, check them out. They're funny. Okay. So that's my mini Norse mythology. If I think of the plate tectonic joke, I'll let y'all know.
Okay.
So comic book origin.
I just gave you his comic book origin, knucklehead.
There's a lot more, motherfucker.
Okay, then go into it.
Okay.
We're a team here, guys. Teamwork.
One team, one fire.
So similar to the MCU, Loki is Thor's adopted brother. Wait, what? No. So Loki used the destroyer against Thor. Oh, I'm comparing comics to the movies now.
What
For a
is
second, I was like,
happening?
no, he's not in Norse mythology. We're done with Norse mythology. We're moving on to the
Done.
MCU versus the comics. So Loki is Thor's adopted brother. Loki did use the destroyer against Thor. And Laffy did abandon Loki as a baby. Odin did banish Thor because Thor drained Loki's life force. This was retaliation for Loki trying to kill the son of Thunderstrike. And another time, Odin actually does banish Thor after Loki tricks Odin into doing some. So a lot of that's straight from the comics that they put into the movies.
Very cool.
Well, that's pretty cool.
What is dissimilar is Odin actually kills Laffy in the comics, not Loki, because Loki actually killed Laffy in the movies.
To be the hero to save the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
To no avail.
Yeah. Let's see some comic fun facts. The stones or the Norn are what give Loki his magical powers. Whatever he imagines, the stones make happen. So that's how he has. They never really explain that in the comics or in the movie. They just say like Frigga gave him his abilities and trained him because she was trained by witches.
Right.
But I guess in the comics, his powers come from these magical stones, not Infinity Stones, Norn stones. Amora, the Enchantress, has helped Loki more than once in trying to defeat Thor. Now she's big in the comics, so I'm wondering when the hell we're going to see her.
It's only
maybe in the new series.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
She always gives me Poison Ivy vibes whenever I see her show up. Loki can lift 50 tons. In one day, Loki turned a tree into a tiger to attack Jane Foster. He put a force field around the Mjolnir. He turned New York City into ice cream and stopped an atomic bomb from exploding. Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange once cast a spell to turn bad guys good, and Loki turned so good he was able to lift the Mjolnir. He also once manipulated Norman Osborn into attacking Asgard. And he once turned Thor into a frog.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff that happens in the comics. I mean, Thor and Loki switch bodies. In 2005, Loki actually managed to convince the world that Captain America was a murderer, which caused Cap to go on the run. So that's a little bit of I feel like they really have pinned Loki well compared to the comics into the movies. I think they've done a good job.
Oh, I do too.
He's been an awesome character, yeah, for the movies. I'm loving every one of his parts.
Yeah. So Tim, you had some fun facts, I think, about Tom Hiddleston and more of the
I had some random stuff because I can't really stay on one topic, so I kind of just do
me neither, man.
Neither. Just a flow of thought. So yeah, I mean, I love the actual screen test footage of Tom Hiddleston trying out for Thor because it just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? It's just
the test
hair.
footage of him like doing the
yeah. It's just like ridiculous. I mean, he's still a great actor, but you could just be like, there's no way he was gonna get that part. But he never even had to try out for Loki. They just loved him and they just cast him as Loki.
One door closes and another opens.
Yeah. And hey, it's worked out, you know, all these years later. I had shared with you guys, they had a great interview with Entertainment Weekly where like Tom's actually doing lines from each movie that he was in. And I was just like really impressed that he like knew the lines so well. And he wanted to talk about each character, like development that he had in each movie. And I thought it was really well done as a recap because everyone's trying to catch up on Loki now, you know, and figure out everything they missed, you know. But yeah, just having those lines. And I love the campaign they had that Wednesday is the new Friday. Because it's like we've been so geared every Friday morning we're up and we got to watch this. So I thought it was really smart on their part to kind of promote that because now everyone's going to get up on Wednesday mornings and try and avoid spoilers and watch it first. So
on Wednesdays we watch Loki.
Yes. Oh, Mean Girls. There you go.
Go.
I caught that. And
actually, somebody from that movie went to my high school too. I didn't know him, but Brandy does. I know nobody famous, but I know people who know people.
Wow.
That's close enough, though, yeah.
Like 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon, I'm sure. Maybe 3.
It sounds like Lauren went to like a really great high school. I
didn't. So if I told you what high school I went to and you looked at, oh my God, it's not a great high school.
Well, I've heard stories from your high school, yeah. So I'm just surprised there's all these famous people that have come from there, but I guess it makes sense.
They got out of there much tougher than when they went in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yes. So Wednesdays we watch Loki.
Yeah. So I think it's great that we've had a break since Falcon and WandaVision because it was almost too much having those back to back, you know. And it was like
for yourself.
I was gonna say I loved it.
I loved it, but I'm also glad that we had a chance to kind of catch our breath and breathe a little bit. Now it's like okay, now we're all ready, you know. So there's time for for the build up for it. but like, how are they going to keep topping themselves? Because I loved Falcon so much, and I didn't think I would, being so close to WandaVision, but it was huge.
Yeah.
It was perfect for me. So I'm like, how can they keep raising the bar? But they're going to keep doing it. So
we're
I'm
going
just
to keep
thinking,
asking, and they're going to keep doing it.
Right.
And then
They're like, here's Owen
insane.
Wilson.
yes,
Yeah,
who I said, wow. So he like steals. He like steals every scene in the trailers. Owen Wilson is just dominating. He's just awesome.
Which
it's just
we
like,
haven't seen Owen Wilson in a hot minute. So it's
Yeah,
kind
we
of
really
nice.
haven't.
It's
Yeah.
nice to see him back in a movie, in their TV show. He hasn't been around.
Mhm.
but it's crazy because he's so likable and he's so smart ass, and it's like you needed someone to be a bigger smart ass than Loki, and it's like I think it's perfect casting so far from all the scenes
Yeah.
I've seen. So you
Yeah.
kind of steal them all.
And he's
and
like,
I
oh,
love,
well, you think
yeah.
you're smart. He's like, I am smart. He's like, I know.
I know. Wow, you are. You're smart. Wow. So like I love the set design of the TVA just from the trailers and clips I've seen. It just looks so like old fashioned, but there's like so many possibilities for what they can do with it, for that kind of time frame. And it really reminded me of The Good Place. I don't know if you guys ever saw that show.
Yes. Yeah.
I love The Good Place. It was so much deeper, so much bigger than just a sitcom, but it was still really funny.
It was such a
So-
good holy fork. Or was
I
it?
know.
Because they couldn't curse.
Holy
down there,
forking
yeah,
shirt.
So I love that, and I just love the set design, and I love that the trailers hasn't really given away much for what we're gonna see. Even though there's been little clips and stuff. That's what Marvel does so well. They're not giving away everything. Where we can't wait to watch it. We know it's gonna be good because it's been Marvel,
Loki.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just love that they've been kind of saving that. And then I had a lot of topics that were just way off base, but I figured now's the time to bring them up because
Hell yes.
we're talking Loki. Yeah. So why does everyone hate Thor: The Dark World so much? Are you guys in that same camp?
'Cause I don't hate it. It's just not a good movie.
I'm with you, Tim. I actually
Thank you.
liked the movie and I didn't understand the hate. Like, I am not a huge fan of Iron Man 2 is my least favorite.
Right. 2 and 3 I don't like Iron Man as much. Yeah. I can see that hate and I can see why. And like Guardians 2, didn't like as much as everyone else, but
Thank you.
For some
Okay,
reason-
now you're talking my language. Guardians got no.
That's
He
what I
said
mean. We're-
2, he didn't say 1.
Number
Two,
2 is
no,
even
one.
worse. I don't care for number 2.
I liked both of them.
No.
One you didn't like? That's a different story.
I wouldn't say I don't like Guardians.
Okay.
I like
Just didn't like
Guardians
it
of
much.
the Galaxy. I just think it's slightly overrated.
But yeah, Dark
Interesting.
World, I did enjoy, and I don't
Yeah.
I get that, and
It's
I
not
love
a
that
bad
you even had
movie.
a tie-in with Agents of Shield.
Right. Yes. At the same time, I remember when they found the stuff. So what is it, Matt? Like, what are we liking that you're not liking? I guess.
I just thought it was just kind of there. I mean, the acting was so. I thought
Who's
Dar-
acting? You got
Darcy
Natalie
Thor
was
Portman.
kind of annoying in that movie.
Who
Who
was?
Darcy? She was kind of annoying in that movie. Malekith,
Darcy
like,
is awesome. There's a
Darcy's
reason
Darcy.
everybody was excited to see her in WandaVision, though, because
I
she's
know
awesome.
we're excited. I didn't say I didn't like this movie. You guys need to chill for a
You're
second.
complaining about Darcy. We have an
I
issue
said
with that.
that Thor: The Dark World is just kind of there. Like, it's just there. The Malekith, all them, like Asgard gets destroyed. They're running away. It's just kind of there. You forget about
The
it.
realms, but okay. I just feel like it added from the first Loki to what we wanted. It was building on stuff, and I mean, yes, it's not the best movie, but I
Oh,
don't
look
think it
at that.
deserves
Loki
to be.
betrays Thor again. Oh, we didn't see that coming.
No, but
But that's part of the joke. That's part of
Right.
He tells you he's going to
It's- he's-
betray him. Yeah.
but you also see him, isn't that the movie too, where he's acting like he's fine because their mom dies, and he's
Right.
acting like he's fine, and Thor's like, no, show me your true self, and he shows him his true self, and he's a mess.
It was
And
growth.
it personalized Loki. Yeah, I mean,
It
because
was
in the
okay.
first one,
Look,
it's like,
the movie is okay.
I mean, you even see him in Avengers, like, haha, he was adopted, and
I'm
haha,
just here
and
for
this and
Natalie
that,
Portman.
and
Yes, I'm getting to that definitely. So I've loved Natalie Portman my entire life. I feel like because she's only a couple years younger than me, and I'm old, Matt, as we've established last time. So it's
You're
like,
aging like a fine wine. So
well, it's the new ring
Actually,
light I
you
have.
look
Yeah.
great.
God, I've never looked better in this
So,
ring light.
Matt acts all like, oh, you're not that old. You're not that old. So when I actually got to meet his wife in person, who's like 6 months older than him, she told me that when they drive by graveyards, he says, should we go ahead and like get you situated or whatever? I don't know what the exact terminology is.
I picked out her nursing home.
There you go. So
For the
he
6
is a bit
months
of an
difference?
ageist, even though he acts like he's not.
I understand. It makes total sense. Makes total
Yes,
sense.
I just threw you under the bus. I didn't tell you that before, but she told me.
I'm still walking.
Cat's out of the bag.
I'm
Still
still
there.
walking.
So yeah, I just love Natalie Portman. She went to Harvard. She's won an Oscar. She's a great actor. She's just perfect. So I'm so happy that she's back as Jane Foster.
She is
and
our
I'm glad
Queen Amidala.
she is. She's in all these franchises. And the joke I had during Thor: The Dark World is when she was covered in the ether and she was poisoned and looking all crazy and stuff. I'm like, I would still marry Natalie Portman in that state. You know what I mean?
She
That's how
almost
much
got
I love.
hotter in that state.
Okay, so I'm not alone then. All right, thank you, Lauren. So we agree on that. So, and then I just want to bring up, yeah, can you believe it's been 10 years since we first saw Loki in Thor?
Oh wow, that's
No.
cool. That's crazy.
It was
That's
2011,
insane.
yeah. So and we kind of brought up before that me and Hoppy saw a preview in Tampa, but the screening was so packed we couldn't sit together. We were all scattered around.
But you have to say, Tim had press passes.
I
he was
did,
like,
yes.
hey, come to Tampa and you can see it a few days early. So we drove out to Tampa, which is only an hour and a half from Orlando, but there's always traffic on I-4.
Right,
So you
it's
never
always
know
2
what you're going to
hours.
get or 5 hours. You never know.
Right.
And so we get there and then it's we're not even sure if we're going to get in. And then it's okay, you can get in, but everybody has to sit separate. So Josh, Tim, and I all had to sit, which was fine. It was still an amazing movie. But we weren't even sure we were going to get in.
Well, no, but I thought if you drove that whole way, I would let Lauren see it and I would just not see it. You know what I mean? If it came down to it,
you and Josh would hang out in the food court while I'm in there seeing Thor.
But then afterwards, we could not stop doing our Thor impression. We were just shouting yes, I'll have another. And we kept doing it back and forth. And Josh was just all right, we gotta go.
As we're walking out of the theater, we were both mesmerized. That was
we're so fired up and ready to just be talking about it. Josh okay, we're going now.
But this was the first one we saw after Iron Man and Hulk, basically. So it was the first introduction to Thor. So this was huge. It was before Captain America. It was before Avengers. So how perfect it was done. Yeah, we were on cloud 9 walking out of there.
Which is why I was I had to get Lauren into the screening because I'd feel bad if I saw it before because I knew how much you wanted to see it. I was
every movie since then you've been haha, I saw it 5 minutes before you because Kaylee had drama practice. Haha.
Well, because it's hard to beat you on this kind of stuff because you're always gonna be the first one to see. Well, I can't stay up that late, so I can't go to the midnight screenings and stuff.
Yeah, but now they're at 6
they're at 9
o'clock. The night before.
Yeah, they go 6 or 9 o'clock. Right. It's perfect.
Yeah, they used to be at midnight.
And then Lauren's holding up, if you're watching on YouTube, the Thor prize that I can't believe it's still holding up 12 years later, however long ago that was.
I was brand new pregnant with Brielle when you won this, and she's about to be 9.
Oh, 9. Okay, there we go.
So he's 9.5.
Which is funny because I found out that Lauren was pregnant because she didn't want to drink, really, I think.
I only had 2 Bud Lights because I knew there was a possibility.
There was a possibility, so that was the way cutting off. But I had won that store. I won that Thor at Universal because I was shooting basketballs, and I was and I won. And I was I gotta give this to Lauren and Kaylee now. I'm I can't keep this for myself. So
that would just be crazy.
What a guy! What a gentleman!
See, I try to be nice while I'm being recorded, and so yeah, I think I'm just glad to see Thor still holding up. So it's good to see him there. I was pretty happy about it.
So if you're ever wondering if winning a prize at a carnival, it was a Universal Carnival prize, but they hold up well.
Yeah, it's good quality.
And look at his little Mjolnir.
There he is.
Well, that's awesome.
You could use a little Cialis, but it needed Cialis 10 years ago too.
Oh my
God.
God.
It's just felt. That's all it is.
Look, it's just flopping around there, all right?
So that's pretty much all I got.
To be on YouTube.
We're all excited for Loki. It's coming your way June the 9th. Be there or be square. So next Wednesday, tune in to.
Wow, next Wednesday already?
It's going to be next Wednesday.
Well, when this comes out, it'll be
First of all, Tim, it's 2 weeks from today when we're recording.
I'm terrible. I can't think of myself in the future tense
Just know that this episode has already come out and now it is next Wednesday.
It's already happened. This has already happened now.
So yeah, we're excited. I think we're pretty excited. It's gonna have some good ramifications, and I think this is gonna be a multi-season series. So it's gonna be cool.
Have they said anything like that?
I think they've already said that it's gonna be multi-seasons. So
because that's one thing I've wondered with all of these.
Yeah.
It's WandaVision,
Loki. They're not gonna just kick him away. This is gonna have reaches across, which it might actually have something to do with multiverse of madness, even. So who knows?
Oh, but I guess that makes more sense for them to have more Loki because he's a different time stream now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that we know more about Loki than he does because he's from the
Yeah.
20.
And that's going to be hard. It's like when you're watching Loki, you're going to have to be like, okay, he has not had Dark World happen. He has not had Ragnarok happen. Like,
Right.
He
or
didn't get
being
choked
killed
He's
out
by,
not dead.
by
He's not choked by Thanos.
Thanos.
Thanos didn't choke his ass out.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's Tahanos.
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 Maybe.
I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Nonetheless, Tim, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me. This has been awesome.
Fantastic episode. I can't wait because we're going to be having you back next week for Jurassic Park.
My sequel turned into a trilogy. That's
You
what's
are
pretty
now
awesome.
joining us for Jurassic Park alongside Charlie. So guess what? We're going to have not a quintet.
No,
What do they
quartet.
call it? A
Quartet?
We're going to have a
Quattro.
foursome. All right. There's a quartet. It's
Fatal
gonna be
four-way,
great.
really?
Yes. And we're going to be doing Jurassic Park.
I'm so excited. I love Jurassic Park. Lauren already knows that, and it's like I was so
It's
excited
going
for
to be
that
a
even
love
before I
fest.
heard
I'm
about
pretty
Loki.
sure we're skipping news next week just to
Yeah,
dive
we just
right
gotta
into
talk about
Jurassic
how
Park.
much
Who
we love
needs
this.
news?
Ain't nobody need the news when you got Jurassic Park, kid. Anyways,
Woo!
thanks for hanging out with us. It's been a pleasure. Catch us next week on another fan
Cheers.
episode. And
On the next
cheers.
episode.
This has been a Hops News production. You can find Hops News on all your favorite podcasts and social media platforms at Hops News. Cheers.